Hey.
Aaron. Let's see. Already 3 minutes past. I'll see if well, if I can find the right window. Yeah, if Josh is on. It's not. All right, so Josh is not on. I know Scott from the GitOps working group wanted to join these meetings, but I think we had a little bit of issue with not, announcing times in a good way or something.
Yeah, it was a bit confusing to figure out whether this meeting is happening today or not. It's not in the calendar.
Yeah.
It's only in the Google Docs.
So it's not in the calendar, okay.
No. Only the third Wednesday is in the calendar, or the fourth, sorry.
Right, so November 24th is in there. Yeah, it's supposed to be bi-weekly, and I guess that makes a lot of sense. If it's not in the calendar as a bi-weekly, I'll be good. All right, let's fix that, I guess. That's a good start. Cool. Let's see if. All right, we don't have to do a long meeting, as it seems like stuff aren't totally. I'll see if Scott joins. That would be fun to have him on, but obviously, yeah, short notice. Yeah, and it doesn't seem like Josh even is on. Maybe he wasn't even aware. I talked to. So the thing is that me and mainly Thomas kind of decided on bi-weekly, and I think he updated the calendar, and we might have not updated that correctly, and people have been busy and everything like that. So we're just kind of off to a slow start, I guess. And speaking of slow starts, that's kind of why I had on the agenda call to arms yet again, because we have this working group charter which has a bunch of interested parties, but besides the first initial draft where people kind of were excited for this, besides that one meeting, none of them has been in any of these meetings and haven't again, if we're bad at communicating stuff, then obviously it's hard for people.
Yeah, I missed when the charter was put together, but since the subject is important, I want to get involved. So
Yeah,
I'm also late to the party.
Yeah, I think we are in general kind of late to the party in a lot of ways. So I'll make I'll try not to be. There's Scott coming out as well. Cool. Let's wait for him to actually join. Hey, Scott.
Hey.
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 What's up?
Fancy seeing you here. So I was just saying that we have kind of done a bad job at we gathered a lot of interested parties for this working group, and then we've been back and forth and probably not communicated very well when things are happening and stuff like that. So we have had a couple of meetings, not many, but we have 2 officially, and both times it's been me and Josh and Thomas, we had. Well, Scott was in the second meeting and not Thomas. So yeah, we had like a change of cast for these 2 meetings. So we haven't really done anything in particular. We kind of just talked about cool things to do, which I'll continue to do. So I was just having a agenda thing to talk about how to get people involved, because we have 20 people on the interested parties list. So it's kind of sad that we're only like 3 in each meeting. So what did yeah, Scott, you kind of froze in a weird position there. This is my computer. No. It's the American internet, I guess.
No.
Oh,
I'll stop my video for a moment. Is that better?
Yeah,
Is that a little bit better?
I can hear you at least.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. I just stopped my video for a moment to try to help. I don't know if there's something going on with my internet. If so, I apologize. In any case, is your name Ryan?
Rain.
Rain?
Rain. Yes.
Okay, nice to meet you, Rain.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, so I had an idea, not a brilliant idea, but just a thought, I guess I should say, to you, Robert, about what you just asked. It's something that we've been planning on implementing with the GitOps working group, but have not yet done. Maybe it would be easier to do that. Go ahead and jumpstart that here, since there's not a lot of. And move to community.cncf.io, so that the meetings can be announced there, and that way it might be a little easier for folks to find, and they could be tweeted out. What do you think about trying out Bevy that way?
That makes perfect sense, because we haven't really done anything yet. So we don't have a cadence of how we're doing these things. And I know I get spammed with stuff from that particular page, so it works, I guess. How do you do that? So I know it has this chapter thing, or and virtual technical advisory groups. I guess need to talk to someone in Eloise or something, I guess. That's
yeah, that's really all.
Yeah.
I have not actually set it up yet. I was doing a little test for that for the NYC Kubernetes meetup, and then we put it on hold because there were some things around COVID, and then the other projects that we wanted to move to this, we have not yet done it because they already had their cadence set up, and it takes some coordination to get that, and there's some other priorities. So
I'll put that on the thing to do
for Helm, for Flutter. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And I'd be happy to, not today, but I'd be happy to try, because I'm trying to get out a deliverable that's important for today. But I'd be happy to test that out with you two, or whoever else wants to do it.
Yeah, if you find out how to actually just add meetings, hopefully.
Do you want me to ask? Well, actually, I'm not a maintainer on this, so they probably won't add me. But here's the thing: if you you are correct, Robert.
Hmm?
You were a maintainer on this, or sorry, a chair on this.
I'm a co-chair on this,
Co-chair, right?
but I don't, I don't. That's why I will not preface this with administrator, because that doesn't make sense.
Well, how about this? I'll DM you with someone from CNCF.
Yeah.
And because I've already had conversations, like most of the way finished with setting this up, we just have put them on hold because there was a cadence for other projects, groups, and so on. And I'll just say that please give Robert the keys to this.
It would be really not it would be no fun if I would have to go through people to get this out. So if I can just get a button to say next meeting will be,
Okay.
that will be the best, I think.
Yeah. Do you have a sorry, for the working group, do you have a, my brain's a little mushy right now, service desk group for the cooperative delivery working group yet?
I don't think so. If that's the case, then that's something Thomas probably would have fixed. I'm guessing, since he is from the tag itself.
Why don't I open up 2 issues, one for each of those right now in the app delivery tag repo, and I'll CC you on them. And then
that would be perfect. Thank you, Scott.
Okay. Sure.
I'll put you on the action for the community thing, just because.
Okay.
All right. Let's see, can I do to the, if my keyboard wants to work. It's not the keyboard, it's me. I'm just blaming the keyboard because it's new. All right. Yeah, all right, so we'll do that to kind of get the word out, to get more people involved, and actually have good communication. That's kind of key for these things, I guess. The other thing that I had on the agenda was just talk about, possibly talk about, since I thought it was just me and Josh, but apparently Josh's not there. So, but the KubeCon China tag app delivery presentation, where me and Josh sent a video, which was really hard to do because I don't like doing videos, especially not if you write what you're supposed to be saying, because I like to just talk and see what happens. That works for me. So it was a little bit stale, but whatever. It's going to be shown in China, so it's probably good that it's kind of going slow. Language barriers and stuff like that.
I just wanted to say, I did watch that. I did watch it because we also added, because there was also a video added for the GitOps working group too, and they were all combined in the same tag. So it looked good. It looked good from what I could see. So
it looks like a video where we talked about stuff. That's mission accomplished, I guess. And
honestly, I think it's very nice to see the different working groups all.
Yeah.
All giving it just shows that there's some actual coordination, which I think is part of the vision of CNCF in the first place, and it's maybe I should just say it's encouraging to see, and I hope it will be encouraging to end users, because I think they have good reason to feel encouraged by it, because we do have current and future collaborations planned and integrations planned.
Yeah.
My point of view, anyway.
It's good that we're not only just having working groups that are doing all these separate things, but also talk in between each other and do stuff together. And obviously most of us are in different working groups, just some happen to lead some and some don't. So or in some groups one are more involved than others, but we're all on the same team, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. So that happened. obviously there's CFP stuff for KubeCon Europe 2022, which I'm trying to figure out a talk because I want to get free tickets in. But I might show up there anyway, just because that would be cool to actually be able to do that after COVID and everything like that. But and we'll see what happens then. But so that's KubeCon China. I guess that's the closest to China we're gonna get is video. So works pretty well. And then the only thing that we actually have planned to do so far, have concrete plans to do, and that's the survey. So the idea is to ask people questions related to how are they delivered in the entire stack, so to speak. How are they doing app delivery in a certain way, and the infrastructure things in a different workflow? Are they doing it together? What tools are they using, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, just to get information to have something to work against and see what people are doing now, and see if anyone has any if there's something missing out there, something that people might not understand or have troubles with. So I was supposed to talk to CNCF about distributing a survey, and now that you're here, Scott, since you've been doing more of these things, maybe but does CNCF have a survey-like tool that one can utilize instead of just sending out forms? Or
not that I don't know, but I know that I've seen SurveyMonkey and I've seen Google Forms used.
Right. So there might not be a.
I don't have an answer, but yeah, on the list of, I mean, there is a link to a list of resources for projects. It doesn't really, I don't really see a similar list for tags and working groups below tags. But I think from what I've seen, it seems like the resources are, most of them are compatible, and I didn't see it on there. But if they're up. I'll take a quick look.
All right, cool. You're kind of yeah, you're kind of in and out on the internet, so I'm waiting to see if you're.
Is that better now?
Oh, hopefully.
Okay, sorry about that. It's probably my internet. What I was saying is that there's a link to resources that are given for CNCF projects that I'm going to find right now and send to you. And that there's not, as far as I know, a similar page for the technical advisory groups and the working groups under those. But most of those same services are available for the working groups as well, and the tags. So I'll send that along. It might be more updated since I've seen it last, because CNCF is continuing to add more and more services all the time, which is really awesome. The only other thing I wanted to mention is that the service desk, the issue that I'm about to open for that, is really a really good way to go to get answers, pretty quick answers to these questions.
Right.
Yeah.
So it might be when I can send stuff in for tickets, I might just ask if they have a survey tool, because I don't think it's it doesn't really matter that much, as long as we just have a Google form or whatever. And the most important thing is to have CNCF social media accounts, spamming it out, or things like any way form that can get distributed out is good. In what way the survey is represented, I don't really care. I don't really care, as long as the questions get out there.
I see. There is actually so the link that I just sent, there is a, now this is for projects. So this is pretty much what I was saying you could find out, but it says it pretty straightforwardly for projects, that the CNCF marketing team can help create surveys for your project to help ascertain adoption or other interests. A prominent example is our annual CNCF survey For smaller, more targeted surveys, we can assist, submit a request via the CNCF service desk. So I don't know, that's for, it says it's for projects, but we can ask if that also will be okay for the working groups under tags too.
Yeah, because
Or sorry, you can ask.
yeah, because if that's the case, that would be great, because I'm thinking that this topic is there's nothing to solve here, or there are things to solve, but it doesn't have an end, right? So we would have infrastructure and application delivery work together cooperatively going forward. So which is why I kind of wanted to have a recurring survey, not just like a one-time thing. And then after a while, after a couple of years, we'll have some sort of like a yearly update to see where we're at, and what trends and stuff like that. I think that that could be a good tool going forward. So so if CNCF have any way to officially host that, like they already do with a lot of the recurring service, then that would be great, I think. It's good that you're here, Scott.
Yeah.
so I don't have to figure out everything myself. That's good.
Well, yeah, that's like one of the nice. I mean, people help me with all this stuff all the time, right? Ideally, the projects will continue to help each other. So there's less load on CNCF to do that side of things, and they can assist with the other pieces that we need.
Yeah. All right. So far, the action items we have is just I put in get access to tag app delivery repository, because right now I don't, and I don't think Josh has either. So one thing is setting up the code owners and stuff like that, but we're not even in the organization, so I guess, or maybe you don't need to have that for extra. I don't know. Whatever CNCF or the tag app delivery people want to do, I'll just ask and ask Thomas and have him fix that. And I think survey is one thing. We can do that outside of the GitHub organization, but when the survey has been done and the data comes in, we need to actually put that somewhere. So having that in the tag app delivery repository, it makes sense to me, because trying to gather as much as possible there to make the tag app delivery look active, I guess, is the way to look at it. And besides that, we are been talking back and forth about doing patterns and things like that, but I don't think we kind of landed on one thing that we want to do with that. If we want to have a place where we store documents, or if we want to create something to kind of explore patterns, or how we're going to do that. I know that Josh do a lot of work with the Potato Head demo project, and he adds stuff there that kind of makes sense in this setting. But I don't think we have kind of like figured out what we want to do. I know we want to document or create, or not create, but document patterns and and things like that, but I don't know in what capacity that's going to be in. Yeah.
Got it.
And obviously, again, we can cooperate through across the working groups there, with the GitOps working group, for instance, because there's a lot GitOps related when you also include infrastructure, which is something people are always asking about.
Yeah.
So having clarified some things there, or help, yeah, just explore some of those things. would be good to do together. Let's see.
Okay. Oh, and Robert,
Mm.
quick question, just to make sure that we're updated. Is were the chairs already voted in?
Yes.
Okay, so we just need to update the charter with that information, right?
Yeah, and that's also a thing. That's kind of why I wanted to get access, because I could send a pull request and then someone else would have to do that. Which is probably fine as well. So I could just do that. Not a big deal. But again, yeah, try to get as much access as possible, so I don't have to rely on other people doing stuff.
Who are the chairs, Robert, if you don't mind?
It's me and it's Josh Gavins. And again, maybe we could,
oh, Josh Gavant. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, got it. Yep. Perfect. I guess that's an action.
Yeah, I can just do that.
One quick question is, so I noticed that under the cooperative, let's see, in the tag app delivery repo, in the code owners file, under the cooperative delivery working group directory, there's Alex Jones and
Yeah.
TH Shu.
Yeah, that's Thomas.
Oh, Tom. Okay, right.
Yeah, so Alex and Thomas kind of started rolling, but again, they have a higher role, whatever you want to call it, in the tag app delivery, so they can't be chairs for the working group. But I suspect both of them are going to be really involved in this. We just need to get stuff rolling a little bit because everyone's busy.
So interestingly, just so you know, this would relate to tag app delivery directory, like you were talking about inside of the cooperative delivery working group directory underneath the tag CNCF/tag app delivery repo. That code owners file should give permissions for these users to own anything within that, and to be able to submit reviews and to to merge code, to merge PR's working group, and I do not have permission to do that. So I suspect that I need to be added as if I remember right, I could be wrong about this, but I suspect I need to be added as a collaborator to this repo, or to a team within the I guess within the org. In this case, it's CNCF. That would then be, or the working group, and then you would also be, you two would need to be added to that for this directory as well.
Yeah, that is correct. I just literally today sat with a code owners file trying to figure some stuff out. And yeah, if you aren't added to the repository with write access, you don't get those pull requests.
Yeah.
So you need to be added to at least you probably can do outside collaborator, so you don't need to be in the CNCF organization, but at least on the tag app delivery repository, you would be needed to be there with write access, because or else you can't write to the master branch, which is
gotcha. In that case, we should probably exclude exclude write access to the rest of it.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if you can do that. So that's kind of like a thing where it gets complicated, and I'm not really sure. I haven't had a reason to do stuff in that way, governance wise. But as far as I can tell, you need to have write access, if you set up code owners and then on security on the branch protection setup that you need to be you need to do pull requests no matter what. So you can't just write stuff to master outside of pull requests, and then that you need to have code owners specifically approving.
Correct. This is what we did for example, this is what we did for the Prometheus community. Since I set that up, but it does.
So again, you kind of fell out a bit there, which is why we're silently staring out in there, waiting for you to finish. But so I heard, yeah, that's what you did for Prometheus community. I guess that's what you linked to the Helm charts. Yeah. So that makes sense. I think that's just something we need to be adding. I don't think there's anything we can do, but obviously, again, both Alex, Thomas, or Alois, or whoever who actually has access there could need to be adding everyone that has any sort of chair position into the tag app delivery repo with write access, and then make sure that the branch protection are correct. A little bit out of scope for this specific working group meeting, but yeah, it's something we need to do in general. Let's again, I'll talk to yeah, you could make an issue for that. I'll just I think we could just talk to Thomas or Alex or any one of the people that actually have a more involved role in the tag to get that worked on. So Hong Chao, Louise, Jennifer, Alex, or Thomas, and they probably could just fix it. And it's probably mostly fixed. I just don't know because I can't see anything. So guessworks at this point. But if you get that, we can obviously then again in the corporate delivery working group just update stuff a little bit faster, because me and Josh would be able to deal with the pull requests and stuff like that. But also we could then start setting up some sort of patterns repository or a shared document or whatever we figure out at that point. And at that point, obviously people can then start submitting stuff, and everything's gonna start rolling at that point. I don't think we have a lot more to talk about, to be honest, because again, we barely started with the working group, and the only real thing that we've done is the vote for chairs. So we have that. Other than that, it's everything's kind of the starting phase. Unless someone else has something to ask or comments or.
Yes. Can you pass me Josh's GitHub username so I can finish these issues real quick?
I don't think I know that.
Ah, okay.
Maybe.
I'll just put his name on it.
Yeah, he's in the tag now. The potato head.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
Yes, he's probably going to be very visible there, as he is doing a lot. There he is.
Yep.
Yes, found it.
Thanks.
I'll just slack you that. Slack it off. And I guess you have mine. You know, it's my name, so it's not really that hard to figure out.
Yeah, and I talk to you all the time on this.
Yeah.
Within the scope of other working group stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Cool. I think that's all for now. And hopefully we can get the word out in the different channels and get more people involved. But again, since we're so early on, nothing is really worked on at the moment in particular. So it's fine that there's not a lot of people, but obviously more people would mean more ideas for things to do going forward. So that alone is a great thing. But yeah, so where the survey and all this administrative figuring out all the technical stuff. So that's basically what's going on. It's a short version. And again, thanks God for helping with this.
Absolutely.
It's really good. All right. No one has anything else? I'll see you in 2 weeks, I guess. That's supposed to be the games list. All right. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, Robert. Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, God.
Bye.